So welcome to Boxing Media Hub. And yeah, we're here once again, sponsored by Falcon Contracting, Price Global Solutions and boxbets.co.uk. And I've got the main man, Billy Dib. How you doing, Billy?
Good, thanks, brother. How you doing, all right?
Yeah, really good. Honestly, absolute pleasure to have you on. You're one of those guys that has a huge following. And at the same time, such a modest guy.
Nah, thank you, man. I'm humbled. Thank you so much. You're too kind.
No, honestly, you've done the work, mate, not me.
Thank you.
But Billy, what a career. 56 fights, 48 wins, 27 knockouts, 2 no contests. We'll chuck those in as well. Yeah, it's been a mad ride, hasn't it?
Yeah, man, it's been quite the roller coaster. It wasn't really till I sat down and began writing my book that I realized that, wow, I've had such an amazing career. And once I read it back, because I actually started writing my book back in 2015. So, I didn't really get a chance to skim through it before I handed it in. But once I had a read of it, once it was printed and come through, I was like, man, wow, what an amazing journey it's been.
Yeah, no, 100%, 100%. But when did it all start, Billy? When did you first put on a pair of gloves?
Man, I was 12 years of age. I started at the age of 12 and I just walked into the gym and fell in love with the sport right away. It was just an instant connection and I knew that's exactly what I wanted to do. I started chasing my dreams and before you knew it, I was having great success in the amateurs. And then after that, obviously, I turned professional and just the rise was like real quick. It was amazing. What an amazing journey it was. It was such an amazing, fun journey, and man, I wouldn't have it any other way.
Yeah, and what was it? Your debut was the 15th of August 2004. Must feel an age ago.
Yeah, that was actually 2 days before my 19th birthday. So I was 18 years of age, just 2 days shy of my 19th birthday, and mate, I'll tell you what, it was an amazing start to a wicked career, that's for sure.
Oh, yeah. And to be fair, I know you talk about, your career, but your 5th fight, you already became Australian super featherweight champion. That's crazy.
Yeah, I mean, look, I was so determined, and I just
Your 5th fight, Billy. Your 5th fight. That's incredible.
Yeah, I was a 10-rounder, and I was amped. I just really, really wanted to achieve success fast as I could, and before you knew it, I was the Australian champion. And then in my 6th fight, I fought for a IBO Asian Pacific title in a 12-round fight. So I was on a quick rise. I wasn't really taking my time. I really wanted success fast, and I did everything in my power to get there as quick as I could.
God, there's no doubt in that, Billy. We've got people writing in already. They've put, I'm excited for this one. You've got a good fan base out there. I'm definitely going to grab a copy of his book. Yep, Billy's he's gonna sell that in a minute. Don't worry.
Yeah, well, I will put it out there. If anyone that's looking to buy a copy of the book, you can get it personally signed by me. All you need to do is just go to www.billydib.com and place your order, man, and I'll get that book to you within a week, hopefully.
There you go, Jam. He'll be on the web straight away. Peter, watching from Melbourne, and Billy was a great fighter with a big heart.
Oh, thank you. I'm like, as I said, I'm humbled, and and I say this constantly. I'm nothing without the fans. So thank you so much to the fans out there, and obviously, life's been giving me, it's been quite a roller coaster, and without the fans and the love of the fraternity, the boxing fraternity out there, I wouldn't be around today.
Yeah. I don't think you give yourself enough credit, Billy, because it's a lot of hard work, dedication, blood, sweat, and tears, as they say, and it is. You've got to put the work in to get out of it what you want, and your dedication from your debut, like that's without talking about your amateurs, but just what you did on the debut, your pro circuit was incredible. You had 21 wins in a row before your first loss.
I know, and that was a devastating loss, and it was.
But that was world level. You'd got to world level.
I know, but that was a fight that I really wanted to win. That WBO belt meant so much to me because as a kid growing up, I really, really looked up to Prince Nassim Hamed, and he was my childhood hero, and he was the WBO featherweight champion, and I really, really wanted that belt, and things happened for a reason, and God had a reason for me not to have it that night, and unfortunately, I didn't get the win, but I got the experience, and I just tried to better myself from that point. Actually, just today, I was looking through the history of the IBF featherweight world title, and I seen great champions who held the title for some time. Like I don't know if you remember a fighter by the name of Jorge Paez.
Yeah, yeah.
He had the title for like 8 defenses, and then you had Tom Boom Boom Johnson who had it for several defenses. And he lost that title to Prince Nassim Hamed in 2000, and I think it was six. No, sorry, 1996. Prince Nassim Hamed beat Tom Boom Boom Johnson for that title, and then if you look in the history books, 2011 Billy Dib won that belt and then carried it for the next 3 title defenses, and so I mean
You're
to
there,
be
Billy.
yeah, I know, to be mentioned in the same sentence as some of these greats who hold that belt, which is Manny Pacquiao, Juan Manuel Marquez, Prince Nassim Hamed, Tom Boom Boom Johnson, Jorge Paez, and the list goes on. Josh Warrington, Kid Galahad. Wow, just simply amazing. Just to be in the history books alongside some of the greats is just a phenomenal achievement. And it's not like I won it and lost it. I won it and defended it on several occasions before I lost it.
Yeah, well, credit where credit's due, Billy. You're there for a reason, mate. And like Peter says, for you, Billy, I hope everything is going well. I was devastated when he lost his first fight. It wounded me, says Jam.
Yeah,
That was him.
wow.
Do you know what I
That,
mean?
that's so cool, man, to see the love and the support of the fans, because honestly, through the most difficult moments in my life, if it wasn't for the fans, I wouldn't be here today. Obviously, a lot of credit goes to my wife and my son who, have been there for me throughout the thick and the thin of my life this far. And yeah, I'm here for a reason. I'm here for a reason, and I'm trying to do my part to just inspire as many people as I can at the moment.
Yeah, yeah. No, you are, mate. You are, no doubt at all. And as we were saying, after that first loss, you then had 15 wins in a row, picking up the IBF Pan Pacific featherweight title, and then winning your IBF World in 2011. So uh, don't doubt yourself that you don't belong, because you then also went on to win the Pan Asian Boxing Association, Christ, a mouthful, super featherweight title, the IBF Australasian super featherweight,
Yeah.
and then obviously March was your last fight in 2022. So what's next for Billy Dib? Because it's been amazing.
I'm gonna be honest with you. I've had so many phone calls about, a possible, farewell bout. So many people have offered me the opportunity to have a farewell bout, and I always I feel like boxing was taken away from me. Cancer sort of robbed me of that opportunity to end my career on the note that I wanted to, and every time people ring me about this farewell bout, I feel like it's so enticing, and then I realized how much work's going to be involved in getting back to that, peak condition. Because the thing is,
Yeah.
is that, if I ever did do it, I'd want to leave. I want to leave on a good showing, not on a, be like, a lot of people, they fight and they're rusty and they're just, the style's not, looking that
You want
good
to be
anymore.
remembered as
Yeah, look,
that guy, don't you?
honestly, the truth is, I'm not going to lie to you. I don't feel like, and I know some people are going to say, don't say that, but I don't really feel like I belong with the greats. You know what I mean? Like, I had a great and honest career, and I really, really am grateful for that, because everything that I asked God of, He gave it to me. I asked God to give me the IBO World title, He gave it to me. I asked God to give me the IBF World title, He gave it to me. So I just feel like God allowed me to live out my dreams. Like everything that I asked for, I got, but I would have loved to, excel and really fight, some of the great fighters in boxing, like you know, the greats of boxing. I would have loved to, I don't know, face the Barreras and stuff like that. But I know that like it was different eras. But when I say that, I mean like them type of fighters. I mean, I would have, loved to keep my world title and face the the Lee Selbys of boxing, the Josh Warringtons, but it wasn't meant to be. And so you only have the career that was written for you, and that was what was written for me. And I'm definitely very grateful and gracious. But when people say to me, mate, you're up there with the greats, I don't want to, I don't like to feel like I'm a great or anything. I like to feel like I'm just a humble guy. And I tell people all the time, I said, you know what, I'm nothing special. I'm just a guy who had a dream, and I worked hard towards it, and I won world titles, and made a couple of defenses, and as I said, I've had a wicked career. Like my only losses, if you look at my professional record, the only losses that I have in my career are to Stephen Loeveno, which was for the WBO world title, Evgeny Gradovich, which was for the IBF world title, again a rematch with Evgeny Gradovich, Takashi Miura, who was WBC super featherweight world champion, and then a shot at the IBF super featherweight world title against Tevin Farmer. And the only other loss after that was against Amir Khan. So all of the fights were at the top tier. And as you know, when you're competing at the highest level, and that's in world championship fights, let's be honest, it is nearly 50-50. Every time you see a world title fight, unless, of course, it's a mixed match, it's pretty much a 50-50 fight. And, I fought tooth and nail in all of those fights. I wasn't blown out. I wasn't, I just, like the fight against Takashi Miura, that was just, mate, he was just a phenomenal puncher, and he just caught me, I mean, and that's boxing. Sometimes you get caught with the shot.
Yeah.
And that's the way the cookie crumbles, but I did have an amazing career, like that's one thing that I'm proud of. But, I just feel like there was a couple of losses where I was on the cusp. Like, a lot of people don't know this, but when I fought Evgeny Gradovich in the first fight, I had been offered a fight against Nonito Donaire, if I got through that fight, and the payday was nearly $1 million. It was 750,000 is what was on the table, and mate, I spilt milk. You know what I mean? Like I was so confident that I was going to beat Gradovich, and after I don't know, just being concussed from a couple of cuts and headbutts and things like that, I just I wasn't able to perform the way that I wanted to. And even in the end, I still thought I was victorious. I lost on a split decision. One judge had me winning 115-113, and the other judges had him winning 115-113. So and the referee deducted a point off me in, I think, round 9. So there's the fight right there.
Do you think you had an eye on that Donaire fight?
I definitely did have an eye on that Donaire fight.
Well, to be fair, with that amount of money,
I'm gonna be completely honest with you. I was spending the money before I even got the fight, because I was like, I'm just about to get them $1 million paydays, and I'm about to explode on the scene.
Your head's already, yeah.
Truth be told, I actually thought at that stage I could beat Donaire. I was like, I got the tools to beat him. I know he'd beaten Victor Chinian, but I just felt like I was a bigger man. I was going to be stronger than he was. I just felt like I could deal with him, but it wasn't meant to be. But that was some of the fights that I really, really wanted. I really wanted them fights. I really wanted them breakout fights where I would be recognized as a legend, like the Barreras, the Prince Naseems, the Eric Morales, I wanted to be known like one of those guys, the Juan Manuel Marquez, just a warrior. I wanted to be known as one of those warriors. And even though I didn't have that warrior style, I had such a, my boxing style was based on just boxing and finesse, having that finesse and that movement, and being like hard to hit, trying to copy, or follow the footsteps of Prince Naseem, I should say.
Well, you've not done yourself. You've been incredible, Billy. There's no doubt, and your fan base say it enough. don't fight again, Billy. You have nothing to prove. Stay safe for your family. Billy already won the biggest fight of his life, so there's nothing left to prove to the world, and he 100% belongs with the greats of boxing. Yeah, you can't argue with it, Billy. You can't argue with it. And do you know what? The Aussie fans are some of the best fans out there.
They're hard. Boxing fans in Australia are really getting up there. Back in the days, it was more like, the English were really into it, the Americans. But now with boxing in Australia, we're doing so well, and we're winning them fights that people don't expect us to win anymore.
You got some cracking fighters at the moment, Billy.
Yeah, like there's some really, really good fighters, talented fighters. And boxing in Australia is pretty healthy, and I know boxing is in good hands. That it's definitely in good hands, and as I said, it's just for me, it was such an amazing journey, and to be, to have to walk away after having cancer, that was just a hard pill to swallow. It was a bitter pill to swallow, and I think, obviously there's a lot more things out there that are more important now. And that's, just being grateful that God's given me another chance at life. And, I know a lot of people probably want me to talk about the cancer journey and stuff and what I went through. And obviously, it was such a traumatic time for me and for the family. But I'm actually now what I'm trying to do is I'm trying to help people who are going through cancer themselves. And I'm trying to inspire them and let them know that, it's a battle, but you can get through it. Like I'm sort of talking to this little girl at the moment who's 13 years of age, and she was diagnosed with leukemia.
Yeah.
And leukemia hits me a little bit harder than all the other cancers because leukemia took my uncle in 1996, and it took my wife Sarah in 2015. So when I hear the word leukemia, it actually hurts me a little bit more than the word cancer. And this young girl, her name's Ella, she's been diagnosed with leukemia, and she's only 13 years of age, and she is such a beautiful soul, and she's all over my social media at the moment, and I'm just doing everything in my power to help her beat this cancer. I even told her today, I said, listen, I'm in your corner from the opening bell right till the finish. And I said to her, that's how we're going to face it. I said, we're going to face it like, here's round 1, here's round 2, here's round 3. Okay, you're just going to beat it one round at a time. We're not going to try to beat all 12 rounds in one go. We're not going to try to knock it out. You're going to win this thing on points. It's going to be a slow and long process, but we're going to get there.
Billy, you're an absolute true champ in and out of the ring, and I don't think anyone can deny that. And you know what? Big shout out to Ella. We're all behind you. We're all with you as well, and you're not on your own. Because
I promised her today, because she rang me or she messaged me saying I'm really sad that I'm going to lose my hair, and I said to her, listen, don't be sad, because I promise you I'm going to buy you the best wig on the market. I'm going to make sure that I get her the best wig. Like, that's a promise that I've made to her, that I'm going to get her the best wig. I don't want her to feel that's not a problem. That's just a little thing. We can fix that with a wig, So, it's not just her. I want to do my best to help anybody that I can help, And that being said, I've decided that from now on in, anything that I do business wise or through earning any types of money, I'm going to put 10% of the profits aside to help people who are in need. That's my goal now, is just to help as many people as I can, support as many people as I can, and just inspire as many people as I can. That's my goal in life now.
Well, honestly, Billy, you are an absolute credit to the boxing world, your family, and as I say to Ella, I think incredible human being, and what you've left in the sport, you've left at such a high level. I know you feel it got taken from you, but the memories you've left the fans speak forever, because you're in the history books. So thank you so much for everything you've done. Massive shout out to your family as well. Someone's just left a quick comment before I let you go. Would Billy want his son boxing in the future?
It's so funny that you should ask me that question, because every time I'm at at an event or I'm speaking somewhere, and a lot of people ask me that question, And I always answer with the same answer. Obviously, for me, it's it's whatever he wants to do, and the truth is he's already showing like phenomenal ability already at the age of 4. The things that he does is mind blowing. I'm like, how can a kid that's 4 years of age throw a 1-2 like that? And the truth is, I don't put him on social media because I've got a major fear of the evil eye. I don't know. I got a major fear from the evil eye, and I don't want anybody to put the evil eye on him. I don't post anything of him, but obviously, when I do speak, if my wife's there, she always says my son won't fight, and and that's the love of a mother. She never wants a child to fight, but this kid, like, I can't explain. He has so much phenomenal talent. Like, it's mind blowing. Mind blowing is an understatement.
We look forward to seeing what happens. The next generation of Dib coming through. You've got that smile, like something we don't, and I'm
smiling because my wife's standing right behind me. She's gonna kill me.
That's seriously, that's a fight no one wins, Billy, as you well know. You'll never beat your wife. That's one of those.
That's a fight that I definitely can't win. But look, at the end of the day, Barry and I are going to be the best parents that we can be. We're going to support our son in everything that he wants to do in life. We don't we're obviously not going to push him away from the sport, and we're not going to push him into the sport either. But we want him to do everything that he wants to do. Most important thing for us is that he gets a really good education, and is a good kid, and just carries himself in a really, really professional manner in whatever he does in his life.
Yeah, and here's a comment for your wife: happy wife, happy life.
That's exactly right.
I heard the laugh there, so I'm fully aware of the situation.
Yeah. You know what? Honestly, my wife Berry is such a wonderful soul. She's brought so much joy into my life, and through the thicks and the thins of life, she's really helped me get to this point. And the loyalty that I've seen from her in the toughest time in my life is just amazing. So I just for anyone out there, make sure you find a wife that's going to look after you guys.
Wow, that's a note that we'll end on. Billy, you're an absolute star. I genuinely mean it. A champion in and out of the ring. There's no doubt with everything you've been through in life, whatever's come your way, God's clearly got you in his hands, and there's great times ahead for Billy Dib and everything that he does. As I say, big shout out to Ella. Our support goes out to her as well.
Thank you
but
so
loads of love to your family. Thank you very much.
For anybody out there that wants to, support the journey and get on board the Billy Dib journey, definitely look up my brand, Believe, which is BILLYVE, believe.com, and it's all about having a vision, being consistent in that vision, and only finding success in the end, guys. So I wish you all the very best. I can't thank you enough for all the love and support throughout the course of my journey through my career, my cancer journey. You guys are amazing, and I love you guys from the bottom of my heart. Thank you so much.
Thank you, Billy, and love to the family, and stay in touch.
Take care, mate. God bless.
Thank you. See you later. God bless.